Chaps invited Liam. You contacted us on Instagram.
I did.
About joining one of our podcasts.
Yes.
I've done my sanity check through your feeds and whatever else, and kind of worked out who you are up to a point. And obviously, the last couple of minutes you've been in here. Tell us about yourself. Why are we talking? Why do you want to be on a podcast?
For me, I just want to spread the message of it's okay to talk about mental health, of fear, anger, judgment, and like the name of this is like Man Up. I mean, that in itself, Man Up how, but like. You know, it is man up. That's what I was told as a kid. Just through growing up, through school, through everything. Oh, you can't. It's not all right to cry. I'm not necessarily saying that from my parents' sort of side, but
that is a societal thing, though.
Oh, 100%. And I believe anything I've been told that is negative. As soon as I've got them negative thoughts, like that's it. It's game over already. Really, like before I've even started. Yeah, I was born with ADHD and autism. I believe I was diagnosed at 5 years old and put on tablets. I'm 37 now and I still take certain tablets. With that, obviously, attention deficit, I just couldn't concentrate on anything I'm not interested in. I find it really, like now, like this, that would have never happened. I'll be here, just looking out windows like that, hearing but not talking.
Praise the Lord for drugs.
In
this circumstance.
No, literally medicated ones for sure. But it's just a brief background is went through school. I got called a psycho and a freak from the age of like 5, 6 years old by.
Always a naughty kid.
Always a naughty kid. Because I just my social cues weren't there. I'm very sort of straight, like very literal, and people just think I'm rude and arrogant. It's not just the way I'm wired. I was born with a dopamine deficiency, so that's why I've always gone to like extra highs, whether that be, I noticed like for me just quickly as well, I'm in recovery from addiction, from drugs and alcohol, from the age of like 13, and then it got really bad when COVID hit, when it's proper got, that was ketamine, but I've pretty much done everything but crack and heroin. So but I noticed really for me, like that high dopamine, like I say, would be in sports. It could be within like Pogs and Slammers, Pokemon cards. Like I had to have the best. I got from doing it, that competition. But then when I'd lose, I get RSD, rejection. And that would just hit like a ton of bricks, because you know most people sort of, not most, but some are here in the middle. I'm naturally here, and I try and go like right up here. But then to get here, but it doesn't, it just goes here, straight back down to here. So there's no equilibrium in the middle or balance. And I never understood why or things like that. And there wasn't any support for me either. So that's what basically took me to turn into drugs and alcohol, because all I wanted to do was just quiet the voices and the noise inside here. I've always had some inner critic saying, do bad things or just to get that dopamine. But I've also always had the voice saying, you shouldn't do that. But that's where what's called my mental obsession comes in. And a mental obsession is a thought that will override any thought. Like it just boom to the front. You can't stop it. I can't stop it. I can't control it really. And it just goes boom like that. And that's where I have like the mental obsession there. But I never really, I didn't talk as a child. I used to cry in the changing rooms. Some to not even tell my mum, because I thought she's got enough on her plate with me as well. So that was just holding it in again.
To be honest, that's something, especially when I do talks in schools, whatever else, and I think it's getting worse. I think a lot of young people don't want to pressure their parents with their problems now, because everyone's skin. There's wars going on, cost of living, blah blah blah, and I don't know how we've kind of accepted that, especially young boys. That we're now kind of training them that their problems are going to add to their parents. Am I making sense?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yes, like we're already. I think it's like, for me, it's like, I think when I was younger, like we're meant to, or socially, through societal things, we think parents are meant to know what they're doing and they have all the answers. And the truth is, they don't. They're just trying.
I've got 2 boys. I'm blagging it.
But that's what I'm saying though. I'm not a parent. I've done a lot of research and things like that, and spoke to a lot of people, and it's just like they're just doing the best they can. They still have. We all have emotions, like, you know. And there's, like you say, in this society now, cost of living, all that, and I think there's too much pressure on children to get good grades, to get this, to get that, and that was
can't just be kids anymore.
No, like, and even as adults, like I think like what happened was I didn't have. It was a good upbringing. Don't get me wrong. Like no violence or anything like that. But I think my dad's dad was in World War II.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I've never had an emotional conversation with my dad. Not one.
Yeah.
It's passed now, God bless. But never. Like never. And I didn't feel I could. And even myself, I didn't know how to either.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know how to express my emotions. So my default was also just anger, man. Like anger was the default. Yeah. It would be like red rage.
Is it anger, or is that because or
resentment?
Because I was going to say, especially because I liaise with, I'm supposed to have some sort of autism. It's not being diagnosed at all, but having a diagnosis doesn't change my life at all. So I'm like, well, what's the point? But I think where I'm going with this one is especially ADHD and whatever else has been massively misunderstood. You're just a naughty kid.
But I wasn't. Like, I was labelled. And then I've lived off that label, not even knowing what it really is.
Yeah, no, exactly that. I think that's what I'm trying to say with this one. It's just now I think arguably it's easier to talk about it and whatever else but before. So where am I going? So I backtrack. I think it's that noise there putting me off a little bit. It's more the thing of, because it was so misunderstood to be an autistic or an ADHD child. So you're trying to say what's going on in your head. No one's listening to you because they're branding you. So maybe in your head you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to be that naughty kid then.
Yeah, also, very much so. So I would definitely do things to please others because I didn't fit in. I couldn't talk because people also weren't like me. So whatever I had going on, which I still don't really understand, I'm trying, but I could never even explain it myself. So I had no friends, so I just used to do naughty stuff to get the dopamine hit, get the high, and feel like people actually liked me. But it was all masking. Like everyone plays the act. We're all actors, you know. Like if I go to a job interview, you can guarantee I'm not going to be the same as if I am out with the boys having a laugh or whatever it is. You know, we all put on
that mask.
We do, and that's natural. We're going to do that, and I've just done that throughout my whole life.
Yeah.
And it got me in some bad situations where I'm like, but then I just still carry on because I'd get that warmth and that being liked, and it's just all about that dopamine hit of feeling like I could fit in somewhere, but I didn't really. It was all just bollocks, really.
Yeah.
Like.
So how have you got to the point where you seem to? I haven't looked at all of your posts. I'm not going to claim for him, but it's just now you seem a bit more of accepting yourself.
Yeah, I think through.
Like what happened for that switch?
Recovery from addiction. I've done a 12-step program of recovery.
Right. Okay.
And that
is that Teen Challenge one, Charles? Is that Teen Challenge?
It's through AA. It's through like the anonymous programs.
Right. Okay.
Basically, like So it's called the Big Book.
Yeah.
And stuff. There's anonymity about it, so I don't want to say like.
Yeah. No. That's right.
But basically, through the 12-step recovery program, if you type that in or whatever, basically through that is you have to look at yourself. It's all internal. Like you've got to look at everything. And let that out.
Yeah.
And it took a while. Listen, I went to rehab for 2 months, come out, kept relapsing, kept using it because I wasn't done. Basically, this is complete abstinence for me because for me, as I say, I would bring this to addiction because this is part of my story. You have to do what's called like a moral inventory. Yeah. So of resentments. So if I have a resentment toward the police, it would be like, well, why? And then I go, well, why have I got that resentment?
Yeah.
And I look at it and go, right, okay, well, I'm angry at the police because they arrested me and they done that to me. But then I have to go, well, hang on, why? Yeah. So I always use this, I say, they didn't arrest me for walking down the street and eating a piece of fruit.
Yeah, it's your choice to put yourself in that
Exactly situation. That, but I'm still angry at them. Like, what? So how can I be angry at them? Because if I say, then something bad happens and I need them and say, I use this example, say someone, well, I lost a child or a child went missing, they would be my best friend and they'd be out there doing what they could. Yeah. So I just had to think, hang on, my thinking is wrong. This is what I thought. I used to have opinions basically on everything that I actually know nothing about. Yeah. Because someone said to me, my sponsor, he goes, well, have you ever been a police officer? I said no. And he goes, then what do you know about it? Yeah. And I went, well, yeah, nothing. Yeah. Right, that's that done. Then next. So I've let that out. And then we have what's called an amendment. So I went to a police station and it was very strange. And I went, can I make an amendment? They're like, what? And I was like, it's weird for me too, but it's letting that out. So I've kind of, an amendment is like a true apology of purity.
Right, okay.
And then what am I going to do to make that better? Well, maybe I could help out doing some voluntary stuff for the police where, you know, sort of.
How did they react to that? Because
it was strange. They did.
I'll be like, who's this nutter coming?
Literally, yeah, no, it was. They were like, what do you mean? Though I don't know what do you mean? And I was like, I had to explain, like, well, I've done bad in the past.
Yeah.
And I am sorry for it, but then I have to make that up through action. So, and that's the same with personal relationships. That could be sexual relationships in the past.
Yeah.
I've had to go to every person I can think of that I've ever hurt. I wrote like 50 pages.
Yeah.
One by one. Some of them say no. And you know, if they say no, I have to just go, okay.
Yeah.
Because then it's about me again. So I guess thinking about others has really helped me.
Yeah.
Because I've always just blamed...
Is it others or their perception?
No, not just perception, actually thinking of others and helping others. Because it keeps me out of thinking about myself.
Yeah.
Because my thinking leads to drinking. You see what I'm saying? Like, all that addictive behaviour for me, it's all just centres in my mind. The problem is in my mind. It's not in the drugs or alcohol, because that's my getaway, that's my solution to quiet the mind. It's a strange one. It is a strange one. Like you're saying about my page, and it's only been up like 3-4 months. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I know I have a purpose to help other people, and I want to help kids not get to where I'm 37 now.
Yeah.
I should really be in a box. Yeah. That's not a lie, or in prison.
Yeah.
When I was in rehab, like I was on paper, I was going inside.
Yeah.
But they said, do you want to say anything at the end? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I explained my story. They went and deliberated, come back and went, well, actually, since you're trying to get yourself better and all that.
So they give you a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should be in prison, but I'm not.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that is where this higher power comes in. I just believe, can be the universe, whatever, right? Yeah. Not religious. And that's also what's got me through. I get up and I pray every day and I meditate.
Yeah.
And things like, and it helps me. It does whatever it does for me. Like someone else, it might not do the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's basically a higher power of my own understanding.
Yeah.
Because we're all a part of this universe. But I'm telling you, that's what helps me, and that's how I stay.
Well, it's one of the things, because every now and again we do a video with someone who's got faith. It doesn't really matter what it is. You'll always get that one comment. Like,
the God comment. Yeah.
It's just like, do you know what? If that's what fixes his or helps his mental health.
Yeah. Then
shut up.
Yeah, mind your. And I've learned to mind my own business through other people's gossip and stuff as well, because that ain't my problem.
Yeah.
Like, unless I can sort of help in a way, just leave it, stay out of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I have to be selfish to other people as well, because they'll try and be like, oh yeah, come out, like do this, like nah, mate, you're not helping me.
Personal boundaries, man.
Not big. I literally have like not many friends now, man. Like but it's good.
Do you regret that though?
No.
No, because me, like I used to DJ and all sorts of.
I've DJed since I was 13.
So I've been there with everyone looking up to her, and mate, if I give you a lift, you can get this and all that, and I've been there, done that. But actually, now I've got all my personal boundaries. Like, oh, why don't you do this? Because I don't want to.
Because I don't want to. Fuck off. Yeah. But that's for you. You're not people pleasing.
Yeah.
Like, we're just trying to, you know, and I understand that.
Personal boundaries is
it's
I think there's something
huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I think there's a difference from being an arsehole to having personal boundaries.
Correct.
Sometimes you've got to dance that line. But sometimes I'm like, if I'm not going to get anything out of it or give value to whatever that situation is, event, whatever, then I don't need to be part of it. What's the point? Because I'm only here to make the numbers up.
And no one's really going to, once they're doing it, probably even going to miss you. Like, there's so many people that I've had resentments for, where I've done loads for them and all that. Then they ask me for a favour, and I'm like, well, and then they're really ungrateful when I say, well, no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because they're judging me and thinking, oh, this something or other. And I was like, no, there's a reason I can't, because I'm here. But they've already got all these ideas in their head that I'm this, I'm that. And I'm just like, whatever, I'm not going to entertain it. Like, I've literally deleted people out of my life.
Because that was going to be my question. I might as well ask you now then. So how have you moved away from Liam, the cat head, or so I don't know, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, because I don't it's true, mate. No, it's fine.
With these videos, I never ever out people at all. But I'll just
my story's out there, mate. Like, I would say to you, I would be like, I would literally pull you up now and be like, mate. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, but I'll be like, look, that's the boundary. Like, that's the boundary. It's cool, mate. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, that's fine. And what, I was just, I was just wanted to kill myself. I've got, like, I always have just had so many voices in my head and things like that, just of not good enough. And when my ADHD comes in and not getting jobs for certain reasons and all that, and I always think it's my fault. Like parents divorced when I was younger at 8. I thought it was my fault, and I held it for years and years and years. Yeah. You know, like my dad passed. He had terminal cancer. He didn't tell me straight away. I had a massive, I was like, well, we could have spent more time together. Again, I made it selfishly about me, you know, and it was always about me.
Do you think he was protecting you?
Yeah, 100%. Like, he done it out of love, but, you know, and I think as well, just each child, like, I always thought, I should have been parented in this way, but that goes back to, they were doing the best they could. Yeah. You know?
All parents are just blagging it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that is what I'm saying.
Unless you look on social media and everyone's like the perfect parent.
But that's rubbish, man.
Real parent.
I call it fake book.
Yeah, exactly. We're just blagging life. We're all just.
Everyone is. Yeah. Everyone, no matter like what age, no matter like, we all still get all this, and it is so. What got me to do it is I'd had enough, mate. I couldn't do it anymore. I literally couldn't do it anymore. I was doing the stuff like I didn't want to do it. Every day I would wake up, look in the mirror with the intention, I'm not going to do it today. I am not going to do it today. 3 hours later, I'd have a bag in my hand, mate, and I don't even know how I got there. And I'd be driving, I'd be crazy, mate. I could have killed people. Like, it's complete madness. Yeah. Like, but
so have you? Because you sound like you've dealt with the shame of all of that. And what I mean by I'm glad you've understood what I'm trying. Because that's something I've spoken to so many people.
Guilt, shame, and remorse, man.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's something what I find a lot of blokes with their mental health really struggle with.
Forgiveness is big.
Self-forgiveness.
Yes. Yeah.
Self-forgiveness. Because I've done stuff, you've done stuff, that I've been the K-head, you've been the K-head, and whatever else. And all this kind of stuff. Been there, done that. But there is kind of sometimes, not now, I went through a weird journey of trying to find some sort of forgiveness of the shit there's that, but also the shit I put other people through. I've had people sit down and it's like, Dan, you've been bang on it. Like, literally calm down. It's like...
And then you, I get it, I know.
Do you get what I mean?
Same,
For me, that's one of the hardest things.
So that's what an amendment I was on about. If you go into them and go, look, you say, can I make this amendment to you, like, as a letter, and like, do you give me permission? So, like I said, some people just go, no. But then you've tried. So you go, okay, then that's not on me as such anymore.
Back on them, really, isn't it?
Well, but it's not about a blame game, but they went, but I've also had ones where I thought, this is a big one. They've gone, oh no, we were young, don't worry about it. And I've had all this fear in my head, like, shit in it. And it was literally like, no, don't worry about it. I was like, that weren't what I was expecting. So I think that also shows us that I can build so much stuff, like, like bills or whatever it is. Like, when you actually ring up and get on the phone, they actually try and help you. But you build it up so much, you don't open that letter. You just put it, and it's the same with the body and my heart and my brain. I just let it fester until you're going to blow through some avenue at some point.
Got to let it out, Like, I think you kind of said earlier, I see a lot of comments all the time, like, no one listens to me, no one, actually, if you really look at life, most people are good people. There are some assholes out there, don't get me wrong, but actually there are some good people out there who will listen, they will I don't think
it's finding them as well, but it's reaching out is huge. Like, huge. Like, I had to do it last night. Like, that's what I mean, people look at me and I'm like, and they think, he's going good. Like, I'm not. I wake up, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't going to come here today. I woke up really pissed off. Really peed off from something last night and anger, and I didn't want to get out of bed this morning, mate. I was like smoothie, and then I was like, well, what happens if I do this? I'm just gonna be thinking all day, then I wouldn't have helped anyone here. Again, selfish. I'm being selfish yet again. So I will hopefully feel better after this, and just communicating now, sitting here, I will get something out of and learn from as well. But the man up, like, it's just, like you say, that societal thing is just always there. It's been, always been there. And I think we're just in a massive different time of evolution and generation. That, like, it isn't what it was. The world changes, the world moves, we progress, we move forward. And we do have to, like, move with the times. Because we are in one of the worst, this is probably the worst hated, like, hatred in society that there's probably ever been.
It's awful,
Like, there's probably ever been.
But this is the thing, is just, I do think men are at the brunt of that, if I'm honest with you, more than anyone else, because it feels like if you joked about somebody being gay on social media, God help you, you will be cancelled. If the same as like you went after feminists,
so you should.
Yeah, no, I agree with it. But you can, but society can make a joke about a man. You must see like the reels of like, oh, my boyfriend's so stupid, and you know them reels of like blokes tripping them out.
It could be men, it could be, but don't get it twisted. Narcissism, it works both ways.
Yeah,
you have to remember, there's female narcissists out there. There's females who beat up men. Like it's just more unheard of. Doesn't mean it ain't happening.
And it sounds like abuse and but I think that's what I'm trying to get. The thing is just like I think we're now in a world where we keep saying men should talk, where actually men are talking.
Getting there.
The data's backing up. Getting there. There's still somewhat won't, but there's a lot more men are talking. Pick a men's mental health group and his man club, even us. They'll always be busy, non-stop. They've got queues at the doors. Yeah. But I think the thing is it does seem to be that with society, the one type of person what we can ridicule and joke about and make a mockery of is men. Yeah. And we're allowed to do it. But you can't do it with trans, Christians, Muslims. Everything else,
why is that not part of that circle? Exactly. I know. Why is it like that? I don't know.
So why are men going to try and engage with normal society
when they don't feel heard?
When they don't feel heard. We're all abusers, blah 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 blah, and we're all the next Andrew Tates. Well, actually, most blokes aren't like that at all.
No, of course they're not. But this is the thing, like social media and all that. These kids are coming up and watching that, listening to that, and then thinking that's how we should act. Yeah. Like.
Why do you think that is?
Again, just society. It's just like social media, man. Like misinformation being put out there, and sometimes videos will all be made by AI, and all that, and just they're not fact checked and. It's like anything. If that's the thing, it's like when a kid has the nice trainers or whatever. Like you want the nice trainers, and that's just the same with social media, with like your Jake Pauls or your whatever, sort of thing. And kids will go to that. It's whatever's sort of current, I think, as well. And everyone wants to play the hard man, like that imposter gangster syndrome as well.
Because I think it's to do with the reason a lot of boys are looking up to the Andrew Tate, who is a knob, is because there's a lack of male role models.
Correct. Correct.
Correct. Is male teachers, male doctors, male paramedic. Pick any industry where males thing. There's less of them now. And the thing is, and I think what's happening is people like Andrew Tate, or even even the Bonnie Blues. They should all be put on an island somewhere. And
it's madness, like the madness that like.
But I think what I'm saying is they're the ones what gets people interested because it's fun to talk about, it's fun to debate. It
gets views, and that's why as well. Yeah. Social media, they will just plant anything because it brings them in money.
Yeah. The trouble is role models where you could argue potentially you could be a role model to young lads. You got away from drugs, you got away from whatever else. The trouble is, unless you're I do not mean this disrespectful because I'm in it. You don't sell papers. You're boring.
Yeah. For sure. No, I know it. Yeah, because I'm not controversial.
No, exactly.
I know, I get it. Yeah, I completely get it.
But we need to be. I was speaking to a young lad who he got involved in drug, weed, and whatever else. And he was like, "Oh, my brother will hate me." Blah blah. I was like, "But you're sort of when there's no better story than somebody who's actually changed their life and come back again." I was like, that's a role model to me. That's a role model to your brother. I was like, I didn't think it like that.
People were like, people never change. They never, they do. Trust me, they change. Like, you can change. And I think it's just narrow-mindedness and also being sort of agnostic about it. So ag means without and gnostic means knowledge. Yeah. So without knowledge, I was agnostic about lots of things, whether that's faith, whether it's the police service, whether it's women, because I didn't know. I just had a load of opinions that I'd been sort of maybe told by society in certain workplaces that are full of racism, misogyny, sexism, homophobia. I did go down, not the pub, but I was a dickhead back in the past. And then I thought, but that ain't me. I was just being part of the gang to feel wanted again. You have to find your own path. Yeah. And, it's not easy, but I believe we all have a purpose in life. We're all put here for a reason, whatever that may be. Yeah. And luckily I've found mine now. And that doesn't mean I'm not gonna fall off the and go back, but I have to maintain it. It takes constant work, daily work, and I just live one day at a time, because hopefully tomorrow I'll feel better than I did today, and today I feel better than I did last night, and that's all I can do, because it's like depression is in the past and anxiety is basically in the future. But I can't live in either of those. I can only live here, present, right now.
True.
What I just said is gone.
Like,
like in a way. So it's like, I used to just think of old things all the time. And I think everyone has this, boy, girl, man, child, whatever it is. It doesn't matter.
Don't do the list.
Everyone in the world, every human being has this. You know, like we're all human. We all have feelings and emotion. Simple, and I believe we're all equals.
Exactly.
And it's just, the playing field's just been about competition and who looks good and who's got this and all that. When really, for me, it's about looking inside and going, well, what am I scared of? Okay, I was afraid today. What was I afraid of? Okay, I was afraid of that. Why? Because of that. And I get it to paper. And it's just for me. It doesn't go to anyone. Doesn't go to anyone. But there's something in it that gets it out of here and here.
Well, I think for the last question, because I'm...
That's all right.
For the last question, I think you kind of answered it, really. But what do you do? Because obviously, what do you do to keep your own head tip-top? How do you look after your mental health?
How do I look after it? By routine and structure. So...
There's the ADHD.
yeah, for sure. But like I said, I get up every day and I tell myself, right, today's going to be a good day. It's about the thoughts I have in my head. Literally, if I'm waking up negative, it's going to play out. If I don't do something about it there and then, then it's going to play out. It's going to sit there. It's going to fester. And I meditate a lot, and nature helps a lot. Just closing my eyes, because of my ADHD as well. Even when I'm just closing my eyes, and I couldn't at the start. Don't get me. Everything takes practice.
Practice makes perfect.
Literally. Just structure, and also I think human connection for me is key. I can't isolate, because then I'm just in my own head. And it'll just get worse. So I go to, I go to meetings, a few a week. And I go somewhere to them, and I can walk in that door and I know not one person in that room will be judging me, because they've been where I've been mentally and things like that. And I think just more stuff, more youth groups need to be, I know I'm sort of going off on a tangent, but it's human connection, mate, and community and unity. That's what mainly keeps me going. Knowing other people understand how I feel, and I can talk to them.
Giving yourself purpose.
100% purpose. But that, have dreams, have goals. However, be prepared for them not to happen if you don't put in the work. But you also I've got to have that balance, because I can go and burn out a lot. And I know the thing is with burnout is you don't know when you're in burnout. And I did it I've been travelling to Lancashire, London, here, and I'm thinking, hang on, am I eating properly? Am I doing, because I'm just in overdrive. So I took 2 rest days, reset, come back to normal. And I think there's too much pressure with the whole work and all this and all that. People do, and I know it isn't easy to do because you've got to earn the money now and all that, but you literally need to make time for yourself. Even if you're married, whatever, you still need your own time.
100%.
You need your own time, and whether that's going out with friends or whether that's, I just think, for me, I've just learned not to be so selfish, and I've just learned a lot. I've learned a lot and going, okay, now I understand why I'm like that. But I have to ask the question. I have to ask the question, and reaching out is huge. I wasn't going to last night. It just shows how easy. If I didn't, I tell you what, I definitely wouldn't have come today if I didn't reach out last night, or didn't do. I do what's called a nightly review. That keeps me going. So I say, was I selfish? Was I kind towards, or was I thinking about myself most of the time? Was I afraid? Was I dishonest? And I go through that at the end of the day. So before bed. So that's out. So I'm not going to bed with all these things rushing when I'm sleeping.
That's kind of a meditation as well, isn't it? Is it kind of?
I mean, in a way, it's not a meditation, but it's just letting everything out. But I don't need another human for that. I don't need to send it to anyone for validation or self-seeking, self-centeredness. That's for me. I have gratitude every day. And I just say, I'm thankful today for my legs being able to get here. I'm thankful for the train drivers and the transport, little things. And that's the main thing, actually. We finally got there. But gratitude.
Yeah.
Having gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, my life ain't perfect, but I could be on the streets, mate. It could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse. And people moan like when their nice car is got like, it's like, who cares? Like, who really cares? Like, is it that bad?
Yeah.
Because it ain't that bad. You got a home to sleep and you got a pillow to rest your head on.
Yeah.
And it's until we take it all for granted, you see. You know, like for me, I've been to hell and back. Like, I've been there and I don't want to go there again because I was lucky to get out. So now it's just, I'm so grateful, but I wouldn't be, I'd have just carried on. So that's a lesson in itself, but just talk is my key, and don't be afraid of what other people's opinions and judgments are on you, because gossip will kill you, man. Like, whether I mean that in a literal sense, but just like, it will get you done. All those opinions, like I said, we have to be selfish and think about ourselves rather than people pleasing.